brothers and sisters in the network of undeniable blessing. Today is Election Day, United States of America. And I'm willing to bet that passions are running high, there's anxiety, because, Free Methodists are, in fact, united in Jesus, but sometimes politically divided. There are Free Methodist Republicans, Free Methodist Democrats, Free Methodist Independents, Free Methodist, you name it, all around the spectrum. What's most important, though, is that we are followers of Jesus. And so I hope, regardless of how our passions are running, and regardless of who wins the election, that we will be able to have the same attitude as Jesus Christ. Now, what attitude is that? I'm going to just share with you the words of Jesus today, and I want you to reflect on this throughout Election Day in America and throughout the week as votes are being counted until we determine who wins the election. Because whoever wins, Jesus is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And we serve the King of a kingdom that is eternal. Hasn't been around just for a few centuries like the USA. It's been around since God said, "Let there be light." So we're going to bank on setting our roots deep in Jesus and having an attitude that can actually bring hope regardless of political affiliation or what nation you happen to live in. So from Matthew chapter 5, you'll recognize the Sermon on the Mount. It says in verse 1, "Now, when Jesus saw the crowds, he went up to a mountainside and sat down." In my mind, I'm imagining Jesus is looking down on all the American crowds that are clustering to vote today. And to his followers, his disciples came to him, it says in verse 1. He began to teach them. To his followers, to you, today, on Election Day, Jesus says, reminds us, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness." Some translations say justice, "for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of God. And blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, says Jesus, because great is your reward in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its saltiness, and I'm willing to inject into Jesus' thoughts here by becoming politically partisan, if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by people. You are the light of the world, and a city on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people put a lamp under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, followers of Jesus in the United States of America on Election Day and in this highly contested and passions high season, in the same way, let your light, living out the Sermon on the Mount, your mercy, your peacemaking, your kindness, mourning with those who mourn. Let your light shine before people, that they might see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven, regardless of who is elected president. Well, just a word from Jesus, your Lord and Savior, mine as well. Let's take our marching orders from the King of Kings, not from a presidential candidate or from a news media